Okay, I think we fixed it.
Maybe.
We'll see if it worked. It looks like it says live
It
chat
worked.
now, so maybe it did.
I don't know.
Yeah, well, that was fun.
There we go.
Yeah,
now we're
let's see if it's doing.
I
what
don't
it's
know how
supposed to.
like 7 people were here earlier.
Well, there was 8. It was like gaining and gaining.
Yeah,
So our apologies. Yeah, it was really hi.
There you go.
How are you? Yeah, we for some reason I think we've done some things that we opened up some things and going through. But anyway, hi guys. How you guys doing? Yeah, we're back. Sorry.
Well, we're not gone.
No. Well,
We've just been here.
Yes.
And we're going to take a couple of your questions. We've only really got about 7 or 8 minutes. No, 12, 11, 12 minutes, something like that.
Yeah.
And before we have a session. So we are here to take a couple questions and to call on our healers and energy healers and Reiki masters and all of our energy healers to just throw as much as you can our way.
Yeah.
Throw us in your meditations, if you will, and your healing hand. We will accept them. So
yes.
That would be awesome if you could do that for us. Any questions that you have, let's get it done. We got a few minutes. We just popped in to say hi and that we are still here. And boy, there's a lot going on in the universe, guys. A lot going on.
Wow. We had kind of an interesting January, but we were out there. If you didn't see us, we actually did a radio show with Sandra and Alan, and it was really awesome. So you guys, if you've been on this channel for a while, you know that we used to, the 6 of us were all together, and we came back out and did a show. We'll post that down in the links just in case anybody wanted to listen to it. It was 2 hours. It was 2 hours.
2 hours long. It was fun. We have a question. I have a quick question.
Okay.
I know labels are just labels, but when you guys weren't married, how did you guys introduce yourselves? Ooh, that is an interesting question.
Ooh.
Man, I don't remember.
Well, how did we introduce ourselves?
I think it was a combination. I think this is my, I think in the beginning, friend and then boyfriend and then fiance. And I think there have been a few times when this is my twin.
Yeah, absolutely. And, we went through, I guess it was steps because once you feel this connection, you kind of start to go, okay, this is different than anything else. And this connection has a way of showing you how you show up in relationships. And I think we struggled through that really early on. But as you watch through our journey, it's something we start to figure out. It's not something that's readily available. I mean, in relationships, you don't feel the other person, not really like you do in this connection. And I think even if we said, okay, we were made in heaven or we were married in heaven or we got this thing about us that's between us that pulls us together, I think that was a pretty good description.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, how did we introduce ourselves was the question. Like, when we were out with friends, hey, this is Lee. Lee.
This is my Lee.
My Lee.
This is my Sherry. Right?
Or my person. I mean, on occasion, I'm going to say on occasion we did use the twin.
Yeah.
We did use the twin.
Yeah.
It was new, and the the novelty was still there, and the twin flame thing was lovely and great.
We heard that. Is higher marriage before marriage or connection before union? I feel love and complete even though my twin says she's done. We've been there.
Which time?
I don't know that. I think this was more like we were trying to understand what this feeling was deep within. I don't know necessarily it felt higher as much as it just felt deep. You know what I mean? This felt deep. What the heck? Did that say 1 million in flames? What the hell? Did you see that message come across? As we're sitting here talking to them. Anyway, it's
what happened? What did it come across?
You have those news reports that come across and it says 1 million in flames.
Oh, well.
What the heck? What kind of news reports you got going on over there? it does feel off, but it also feels on, because there's not very many things out there that go deep within you that make you feel the deep presence of what this connection feels.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? So it's almost really hard to share or show what that feels like on the inside, because you really kind of try to see your way in the dark in this connection.
Mm.
And then when those things start to arise, or when this connection really starts to get deeper and more engaging, you do find yourself kind of, I don't know, enamored, I guess is a good word, beautiful. There's a way that this feels, that feels so deep.
Different.
Yeah, different is definitely one of them. I feel delusional from England.
That's typical. Me too.
Oh wow! I was watching the other one, then figured out it wasn't the current one.
Oh.
Right? Yeah, we kind of jumped.
We cut that
and
off
then
real quick.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
the
You should be done with it by now. It's only like a minute.
I'll take it down. So because it really kind of it took out the live
We
chat.
don't know what we did. Yeah, we hit a button.
I probably did. It was probably something I did. How'd you guys deal with other people involved, baby mamas, baby daddies, the parent, plus dealing with the process of the journey?
If you haven't seen our journey, probably you should, because there are lots of exes and lots of baby daddies and baby mamas. And
the baby daddy and I did an actual video.
Yeah.
A couple of them. He was actually in the video with us.
He's actually in a video with you and with us.
Yeah.
He's actually in one with you too, by yourself.
Oh, yeah. Me and him actually do one, and we kind of talk about what it's all about when it comes to the kids.
Here's the thing. With other people that you have children with, right? When you're connected to somebody, it doesn't matter. With the spiritual connection, right? I'm just going to go with the spiritual connection. We'll call it the twin flame connection. Okay, we're gonna we'll start there. It's different. It's not a marriage. It's a union. Other people feel that. Even the exes, even the baby mamas and the baby daddies, and they've all been here. All of them have been here. Both of I've been married 3 times. Both my ex-husbands were here. His ex-wife was here. All of our children's parents
and children
were in the same place at the same time, and it doesn't happen just once. It happens a lot. Because that's the way it should be. Because not only is the one you're connected with connected to you, but also connected to the ones you're connected to.
Ooh.
So you clearly had a moment with this person, or 2 or 5 or 10, right? You had a moment, which means there was some type of heart space there. There are circumstances that aren't this way, and I totally get it, right? I totally get it. I get that. But parenting a child, unfortunately, isn't a one-person job. And when you have 2 adults, and please pay attention to what I'm saying, I mean 2 adults who are separating because they realize that they can't flourish together, still have that common bond. They still have that child. Using the child as a weapon, using the child as leverage, all this court fighting, backbiting, that's not union at all. That's not union at all.
This connection should heal children, not rip them apart.
And heal relationships with the ones you have those children with.
Absolutely. And I get it. I mean, we know that it's hard, but tough conversations are just tough conversations, but the love still exists. You just have to choose it. And I think, when we came into this connection, we didn't realize what it was going to heal in our generational chain, as well as our current and present family. We just had no idea. And there's a lot to be said about that. It's not, this connection is not a cakewalk. And I think that's why you all either subscribe to this channel or actually found this. It's definitely where it has some challenges, but some of those challenges are more on a conscious light than any other relationship you've ever had.
Mm.
And sometimes when it's conscious that way, it's a beautiful experience. I think, one of the biggest things this connection does is show you what oneness is all about. But then it's hard to hold on to that oneness. So know that you're not going through this and being in this space without knowing that there's going to be a way that it just turns around everything.
Mm-hmm.
You have to believe.
Yeah.
And if you're not believing, that's probably something you should change, something you should look at.
Charlotte is cracking me up because I heard this in my ear. You know, on Christmas Vacation when the old lady Bethany,
Mhm.
Aunt Bethany is listening, and she's like, "What's that noise?
Oh, the clicking.
The little clicking noise."
That sounds like a squirrel. Yeah,
and it's a squirrel in the tree. It's like, "Squirrel!" And she said, "What's that ticking noise?"
It's a
I'm
squirrel
sorry,
in the Christmas
Charlotte. I
tree.
used Aunt Bethany's voice when I read your question, and it's actually one of those Chinese cats just keeping the coronavirus away.
Yeah. I think this is one good question. We'll probably need to end it
It
there.
is. It's one of those Chinese cats in the way there.
This question is for you, Sherry. Hi, guys. I have a question for Sherry. What steps did you take to love yourself more to attract your twin Lee towards you? Hope that makes sense.
It does make sense. Man, here's the thing. I've spent my whole life taking care of everybody else and worried about everybody else and what everybody else's health and how everybody else was doing. I realized a while back that I didn't show myself the same love and care that I showed everybody else. And, I get that. I carry a lot of masculine energy. I get that. I just started taking care of myself. And I wasn't worried about Lee or what Lee was doing or who Lee was doing or where Lee was or was he thinking about me or what was he doing. I had to stop obsessing over a physical connection with Lee and really obsess about a physical connection with me.
Mm.
And once I did that, letting him go wasn't nearly as hard as I thought it would be. It was actually very easy. I was able to just let him go and release that physical part. And here we are.
And literally, that was the pull I could feel. My pull towards her wasn't until she actually felt that way for herself. If there's one thing we know, and it's the connection to yourself is what this connection is going to reflect back to you no matter what you do. There were some really deep learnings, I think, that happened there. I'd say that one of the deepest learnings was we used to keep stuff back from each other. And once she realized she could open up and share those kinds of things, it gave me permission to love her because she was speaking what she would feel on the inside. She was speaking what she would think on the inside. Mm-hmm. Yes, we're always together. So yes, it's
we are always together.
Yeah.
It's sometimes we need to be apart every now and then.
It's rare, but she's right. No, there's that space. Oh,
Yeah.
Jesus.
We have a session.
Yes. Hey,
We have
look,
to get to.
prayers
Mhm.
and healing and our energy to all of you guys, and we will accept and receive any of that you throw our way.
Yes, please.
Sometimes you just don't know how things are important until you pay attention to the healing.
Yeah. Email us info@relationshipreinvented.com. Get yourself into root camp. Get some healing.
And if nothing else, just tell us your story. If you
Yeah.
need some help, maybe there's a way we can help you.
We do 30-minute free consultations.
Yep.
Get a hold of us.
We love you guys. We will see you soon.
Info@relationshipreinvented.com. We'll get you scheduled. 30 minutes free. Let's
Yep.
go.
Bye.